Okay guys, right now I want to show you how you can create professional birthday flyer on Android smartphone. So I have all the elements being gathered, so we shall be looking at how we can come up with this. But the funny thing is, we are not going to start with Pixellab. We are going to finish this on our Pixellab. We are going to use an application called PSCC. It's also called PS Touch. Depends on Android version you are using or any kind of phone. So I will be using this application. So when you open it, these are my previous work anyway. It's good for blending and good for designing as well. You shall be tapping on that when you get to interface. Sorry, I mistakenly opened this. So you see the interface. If you haven't designed anything on it, it will be blank. Tap on the picture plus here, tap on the phone photo library, then access your gallery, bring the element you want to use. Take it for instance, I want to use this background. It's what I'm going to blend first. So now position this. Now you can see I have to blur it, so I will tap on the X at the top corner here, tap on the Gaussian blur, then I want to leave it on 20.9, or you make it to be 30, depends. I want to make mine to be 30. Let's say 30. So you adjust it perfectly. Could be like this. So, and I'm thinking this is too much anyway. The background is no more showing. So you can still adjust it. Okay, it has a retentive memory. So adjust it to 25. So, or let's say 20. Depends on your choice. So after that, we're heading back to the same gallery on our phone. So when you get there, the image, I'm going to bring the image down here. Okay, so this is the image. I will increase the size very well. Just increase the size. Okay, increase the size well and reposition it perfectly. So when you increase the size, still increase it a bit. Okay, perfect. So after that, then the next thing we're going to do is to tap OK. We're still heading back to the same gallery. We need we need, let's make use of this flower. Okay, we shall place the flower here. We'll place the flower right here. We'll make it bigger. Okay, so when you make it bigger, bring the first flower, position it around there. Okay, so when you position it here, you bring it down the layer, so it will be at the back. So after you're able to do that, you don't need to stress yourself to go and bring the same flower, because we still need to use it. Tap on the plus sign here and click on duplicate layer. So the flower will be 2. You can see you can now move the one you want to the top by moving the layer. Then how do you move it? You can't drag it like this. You make sure that your layer is on you are on the right layer that you want to move. Then tap on the hand sign, click on transform. That one will allow you to crop and move it around. So now that you are able to do that, you can actually position it here. Okay, just to cover this part. So position it here. Don't let it be too much and don't let it be too small. So position it here, you click OK. So after that, we still need it. So what do we need to do? We'll follow the previous process by duplicating the last one, while we are going to click on transform. So here we are going to rotate, because we don't need to stress ourselves. Reduce the size, so we are positioned that around here. So rotate it so that the cutting part will not be showing. Okay, so once you position it, you can increase the size a bit. Okay, just position. Okay, fine. So now that we're able to achieve all this, we need to just blend. We need to use a blur the some flower. So I will tap on F. I will blur the first one, so you can reduce the size anyway to something like 14. It depends, or 16. So we do the same thing to the flower at the right. Only the back we will not touch. Okay, So now we're good to go. So now you can't add in any other layer to this layer. What do you need to do next? So what we're going to do next is to merge all the layer together. So I will tap on this layer, click here, then you merge down, merge down, merge down for you to be able to add other things. So after you're able to do that, remain two layer, you tap on plus sign. So when you tap on plus sign, then the next thing you are going to do is to go back to your gallery. So we need to use this light effect. So where the sun is coming from, that is where we're going to position that. So I'm going to drag it and position it here. So drag it, position it here. So when you drag it and position it here, the next thing is tap OK. Go to screen, tap on the screen, then we'll look at it. So it's somehow brighter, so you can duplicate it if you actually wanted. So duplicate. So when you duplicate it, you can move it around. So you see what I did there. So duplicate, so you'll be able to move it and it will do the work for you. Click OK. So perfect, so that you have a light reflection coming out from that side, but I'm thinking it's not actually cool the way I want it. So I will want it to be deleted and replace again. So since I've deleted it, I will go back, reselect. So at this juncture, I will make sure I position it perfectly. So after increasing, so I'm looking for rotation. So let's see. So you can now move it. Okay, perfect. So now that you have it here, you can now move. You see it. So this is where the sun is coming from. Tap OK, then you go to the screen. Okay, this is exactly how we want it. So now you can duplicate to make it more obvious, so you can see it, right? So transform to move it to this side a bit, or move it here. Okay, perfect. So now you can tap OK. So once we are able to do that, we adjust this one as well. Just move it to the back so that it won't be affected. Okay, perfect. So now we are good to go. The next thing we are going to do after that is to move this a little bit. We'll move this, shift it a little bit to the side, or better still, we rotate it. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So the next thing we can do after this is to thinking of let's check the lens flare. We have different type. Atus, sunset. So we'll cancel this. Have this deleted. Okay, good. So seem we are good to go now, but I'm just having a kind of a feeling that we should rotate the image a little bit, but I guess it's still cool. So the next thing we need to do after this has been done, so we are going to have another flower being positioned at the top corner here. So we have another flower will be positioned here to make it fall. So that will be positioned here. So we'll position another flower here. Okay, cool. So we tap OK. So we are going to use a glossier block for this as well, so to make it cool and everything is seem to be perfect. Okay, Good. So after position that, the next thing we need to do is we are going to close the layer. So when you close the layer, then you go back to the gallery, but you can as well as match down everything. Okay, so take it for instance, I want to match down this, so you match it down. Okay, perfect. So now we can head in back to the gallery again, just importing other element like I want to bring this. Okay, so I will increase it. It's just a kind of effort to make it glow. So I will increase the size, position it around this neck, so it's perfect. Then I'm going to this light. Let's check the screen or overlay. So overlay is okay, but how can you move it again if it's not perfect at that area? So you can move it a little bit, or you position it here. So another thing you can do if it is too obvious, so what you can do is, it's an overlay. Let's see the light, multiply, darken. So let's put it in screen or overlay. Then you reduce the opacity a little bit, so it will be showing a kind of effect. So we are going to match that one down, but first of all bring another one. So when you bring another one, that can be around there. So when you bring another one, you can overlay as well and reduce it a little bit, while you do the same thing for this as well, so that we just be showing a little. So now you can match down everything, because we will soon reach the maximum layer. So match it down, then you tap here, match it down as well. So now that it will give a room for you to reselect. So now you can go to the gallery again. We'll bring a particle. So we'll bring particle. So particle that it will be like something is falling, just as this you can see. So when you bring that, we can blur that. So you go to Gaussian blur, while you reduce to something like, let's say something like 12 or 6. So you look at it, just be watching, then you see how it look. So it's cool like this, but I want it to be small. So you can reduce the size, stretch it like this. Okay, so it will not, or you make sure you rotate. So you can rotate it to make it look cool, then increase after rotating it. Okay, perfect. Click OK. So very cool. So now we can head in back to the gallery, okay, to place our, so let's check this, and we can reposition this anyway because it's no more obvious. It's no more obvious. So we can go and rebring this and replace it back. So we can replace it back. Okay, then you go to Gaussian blur, just blur it a little bit, not too much, then we are good to go. So now we can save the work. We can save it. So after tapping on that, then the next thing we need to do is to tap on forward arrow, click on save, select the kind of size we want, file format, and you click OK. So once you are able to do that, you wait for it to load. It will save to your gallery. Now let's go to our Pixellab and finish the work there. So we can head into the Pixellab right now. So bring the image that we just blend and everything. Okay, so here we can now position whatever we actually want here. So I'm thinking of doing something, so I need to put the gradient. Really need a gradient there, so I really need to use gradient. So I have gradient here just to make the lower part not obvious for the text to be able to show. So just a little bit. So after position that, I will go to happy. Let's say we have this. So I will look for the better font which I can use for this. So I want to start from the bottom. Okay, a budget. So I want to use a budget. So, and if this is not okay, you can go and change it to, and let's say, and I need this font as well for birthday. So I need to use this. So I will first of all position this here. So after position it, I will copy. So I want to use let's say autograph font. So I will change this to happy in small letter. Okay, I will have something of this nature. So you can see, right? So position this very well here. So now reposition it perfectly. Why this should be repositioned as well. So happy. So we check this. Happy birthday. So the two fonts is, the first one is autograph for the happy, while the second one is and after. So I think the two are cool. So after that, then the next thing we need to do is to just garnish this particular font. So I want to make sure it's being garnished. So just use the better one. So reposition into it. So you go to inner shadow, inner shadow. So make it somehow white. So just play around it and make sure that you make. So the next thing we just put there is we are going to put this. So when you position this, just let it be. So when you position this, we are going to change the color to, by use the color, we tap color from here. We can make it steady. So we are going to put the black stuff here. So may God bless your day, Miss Miss Nolly. So when we go to the text area, we'll have the text to change. So we use an archival. So we are going to reduce the size and have it position here. Okay. So reduce the size, position it here. Then we're going to change the color to black. So if you don't really phantom this, don't really go with the font, we can actually go for another one. So try leaks pattern, if that should be okay. Then reduce the size. So you have something amazing like this. So after that has been done, then you can bring in other objects. So take it for instance, I'm bringing this one in, which will be at the top corner here. Then I will go to the color, change the color to this to make it obvious, or we change it to black, it depends. So I'm thinking of either black or dark color. So if I change it to black, it won't be as good as I want. So I prefer change it to red, something reddish. So be able to go with it. So that can go with the date. So I will put the date. So we have May. So we can quickly send that to increase the size and have it position here. Crop it perfectly. Copy. Then you put 24th. 24th. Okay. Then you position that here. Okay, cool. So now that is okay for that. So the next thing you can put other right up here. So take it for instance. Let me see whether I have this thing being copied. I don't have that. So I can quickly copy some stuff to make that one work. So let me go to the photo. I have some write up which I've done. So I can actually copy that very fast. So on my Pixellab, I will just make sure that I copy that. So I will go here. So I like this was just made. So select the text. I only need this one, copy it. I use a Google lens. Then I will go to the text area, paste it directly like that. So I will be able to position this here as a kind of remark. So I will go to the text area. So what kind of a font I want to use? Let me use Archivo. Then I will use the align to the center properly. Okay, very cool. So and everything seemed to be cool. Okay, everything seemed to be cool. So now we are done with everything. So the next thing I'm still thinking we should do is to just go to the shadow here. While we're going to copy, move it down a bit. After moving it down, we send it to the back so that we can have the good stuff at the bottom. Now we go to the opacity and we reduce this, we reduce the hardness. Okay, send it to the front, then you adjust perfectly. Now we're cool. So this is cool here, why this one is cool, and we are good to go with it. I believe we'll learn something from here. We can make a cool birthday flyer on our Android smartphone using this kind of a tricks. Thanks for watching, guys. Just make sure you save your work as a ultra and PNG format for better resolution. Thanks for watching once again.